Okay, so welcome to this week's yoga. Find yourself a comfortable seat where you're happy to just land and ground for a minute. And yeah, if you need to do any stretching before you come to that place, you can feel maybe yourself having a wriggle and getting really comfortable in that place. I'm using a cushion in the triangle of the sit bones and the tailbone. So it's just helping to elevate those 3 points, and doing that helps to lengthen the lower back. So if you wanted to do the same, that's fine, but try not to have the cushion all the way under the bottom, if that makes sense. So it's just lifting you up a little bit. So when you do that, let's find that nice straight spine. So imagine that piece of string coming out of the crown of the head, getting long through the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down, placing the hands somewhere they're comfortable for a moment, and we can gently soften the eyes closed. As we do that, let that be an indication to all of you that we are bringing the awareness inward. That this is your time for you to replenish, to renew, to restore, to come back home. Let's cultivate this loving awareness. So bring awareness to our present state of being, but we will do it in a very gentle, soft, and loving way. So perhaps just tuning into your breath, noticing if it wants to deepen as you find that still point. As you let go of the external. And as you quiet everything down. So starting with the brain and the mind, take that loving awareness into that space and notice how it feels. Is it busy? Is it calm? Is it tired? Is it dull or alert? As always, no right, no wrong. We're just noticing and then inviting the mind to take a backseat role. You might even like to imagine placing the mind in a lift, pressing the down button, and seeing the mind coming down to the space of the chest, around that area that we call the heart space or the heart center in yoga. Giving the mind permission to rest and relax. Nothing to do. Just going to move in a way that feels good. Breathe in a way that feels good and allow yourself just to be. So taking another breath and bring the awareness to the crown of the head, and with that awareness in your own time, take your attention all the way through your body, all the way to the tips of the toes, and you're looking for any areas that might feel tight or tense or achy or painful or just a bit niggly. Again, no judgment, just noticing with this loving awareness. And perhaps you could ask those spaces in your body if they need anything, if you can give them anything. It might be a stretch or a touch or a breath. And on the next nice deep breath, we're going to come all the way into the center of the chest, that heart space, and notice how this feels. So this is our feeling center, our emotions. Can sometimes feel tender or closed. It can feel open, wide, joyful. It's where we feel grief and pain. So welcome it all, even if it's tough to sit with your heart and bring this awareness in to this space. Just welcome it. Perhaps place one or both hands on top of the heart to bring this soothing, loving energy to this space. And then bring your other hand down to your belly, your lower belly, the dantian or the womb space. And breathe into that space and notice if there's any feelings here as well. So this is our creative center. See if you can take some deep breaths into this space and out of this space. Lovely. And in doing this check-in with all our parts, we're just remembering that we're so much more than a physical body. That we have our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body. And we're going to hold an intention to bring all of these parts of us into harmony during this practice. Perhaps there's another intention, wish, or prayer that you have at the moment, likely bubbling from the heart. And if there is, as we join the palms together at the heart center, just really clearly state that prayer to yourself, to the universe. It could be out loud or internally. And we'll open with a chant of Om. So before we do so, let's take a full breath, breathing all the way in, all the way out, all the way in to chant. Om. Just dropping the hands, taking a breath. So we're coming into the cleansing breath here. We're going to do as deep an inhalation through the nose as you're able, and a big, strong exhale out of the mouth, making noise. So this helps to just clear and reset and bring us into our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and renew space, rather than the adrenaline fueled system that we can often be in. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Continue. Inhale to gather, exhale to release. Any stress, tension, worries, let go. Let's do one more. Okay, well done. Hands on the knees, and we're going to come into these anti-clockwise circles with the hips. So as we come to the front, gently open or offer the heart. You might like to slightly look up or just forwards. And as you rotate all the way, circling back, as you get to the back, dip the belly in, gently look down. So it's all very soft and fluid. We can inhale to the front, exhale to the back. More importantly is to take it at your pace and be guided by your own body and breath. You might do really big circles or small circles. You might go faster or slower. Close down the eyes and just let it feel good for you and your body. Last two. Back to center, sit up tall, close down the eyes, nice deep breath, in and out. Lovely, and then let's start to go the opposite direction with those circles. Noticing if there's any tightness or difference between the directions. Lovely, and just gently guide that back to center. Sitting up tall, nice deep breath. Lovely. Adjust a little bit. So still with the hands on the knees, we're going to do our seated cat-cow. Inhale forwards, exhale back, rounding out the spine on the exhale, looking down, opening the chest, slightly looking up on the inhale. And again, nice to do with the eyes closed and just be guided at your own pace. Just imagining we're feeding the spine with the spinal fluid, replenishing all of the vertebra, becoming soft and fluid. And last one. Back to center there. Nice deep breath to integrate. Let that land in the body as we come into a side stretch. So the right fingertips or the right palm on the floor. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Inhale. Get nice and long and exhale into that length. Into the side body, breathing into that space of the ribs, the rib cage. Looking up if you've got capacity to do so and it's okay on the neck. Gently release. Let's go straight to the other side. Inhale, right arm. Over we go. Nice deep breaths. And gently release. Lovely, nice deep breath. Good. So we come into a spinal twist. So the right arm can reach up and then down to the left knee. Lengthen and stretch up through the crown, the spine. Inhale, looking forwards. And exhale to twist and look over the left shoulder. Breathing out and then just nice fluid breath. Back to center. Let's take the other arm. So left hand down on the right knee. Look to the front. Inhale, lengthen. And then twist, exhale. And back to center there. Lovely. So we've got our circles to do. We'll start with our circles in our shoulders. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Taking as long as you need here. Okay, and then just sit still for a moment. Nice deep breath. And dipping chin down to the chest, look down and begin with those nice big circles of the neck, taking as long as you can really. So really try and slow the movement down. If you find any areas that feel tight, pause there. Breathe into the space, gathering the tension up and breathing it out. Lovely, take your time. Let's go the opposite way now with those circles. Back to center. Roll the shoulders up, back and down one more time or a few more times to really feel that reset in the shoulders and the neck. And just nice deep breath here. Good. Coming into that Kundalini mantra, Sat Nam. We're going to repeat that internally in our minds while doing a couple of postures. So we're going to bring the hands to the shoulders, thumbs to the back, and fingers to the front. And we're going to twist right and left, Sat Nam. So we repeat Sat internally as we twist to the left, Nam as we twist to the right. And it's a big, strong exhale out of the nose as we twist to the right. Sat. Lovely. Start to bring that back to center. Take your time and then take a big deep inhale. You can either hold that inhale and squeeze Mula Bandha, root lock, pelvic floor, anus muscles, tummy muscles, and hold the breath at the third eye, or you can just breathe out normally, whatever feels good for you. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a lift up with the shoulders as we say Sat, and Nam as we drop the shoulders, and that same breath, strong out of the nose. You can go any pace that feels good. You can go much slower or even faster. Last few seconds, you might like to speed it up. And then a big roll up, back and down with the shoulders. Again, you can breathe in and out, nice deep breath, or you can breathe in and hold it for a moment and then breathe out. Lovely. So from here, going to come onto all fours. So get into the right position here, knees underneath the hips and wrists underneath the shoulders. If you need to, if you want it a bit stronger, you can tuck your toes under. I'm going to take my socks off. Or you can just have the feet flat, whatever feels best. Make sure to open the fingertips so they're nice and spread. We'll do a few cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, drawing under. And you go at your own pace here. Last one. Lovely. Returning to that neutral position here. Going to do a nice stretch for the shoulder. So we're going to do a thread the needle. So lift the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, begin to thread it under. Ideally, the shoulders coming all the way to the ground. If that feels too much, just go where you feel good. And if you want to deepen the stretch, you can walk the left arm out a little bit and come on the fingertips there. And then nice deep breaths into that shoulder blade that you're stretching into. Gently coming back. Release and bring that right arm up to the sky. You can inhale and exhale back down. Let's do the other side. So inhaling, left arm up. Exhale all the way under through, either stay in there or that right arm can reach forwards a little bit onto the fingertips, deep into the shoulder. And gently coming back, releasing. Inhale up to the sky, exhale back to that all fours position. Recheck the fingers are spread. Tuck the toes under as we come into a downward facing dog. Going to walk the dog here, pushing one heel back then the other. Let the head dangle down, even giving the head a shake in yes and no to make sure there's no tension on that neck. Breathing here. Lovely. From here, we're going to walk the feet forwards, the hands back. We can spend a moment in ragdoll here. You can either wrap the hands around the elbows, so opposite hand, opposite elbow, and you might swing like a pendulum on a clock side to side, or you can just dangle or do a mixture. If you're dangling, just notice if any areas want to move, stretch, shake. Really nice to do a big sigh breath here if you can, to release. Okay, so just up a bit. There we go. Okay, so from here we're going to come up. Just bend the knees, come up any way you want. So we're going to come into the energy routine, but not quite yet. So we're going to do some sun salutations first. So walk to the front of your mat. Bring your tailbone up and under, your pelvic bone up and under, like you're scooping them in and under. Hands to the heart. Standing nice and tall. When you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale halfway, look ahead. Hands to the mat, step or hop back. Waving into plank position with the shoulders on top of the wrists. Then lower as you exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows bending into the body. Inhaling into our cobra. So looking ahead, tuck the toes, exhale downward facing dog. And breathe here, nice deep breaths. You can walk the dog if that feels better than being still. Looking in between the hands, step or hop forwards. Waving halfway up, inhale. Exhale down, head towards the knees. Inhale, reaching all the way up, hands to the sky, hands meet together. Exhale, drawing palms back down to the heart. And we'll repeat this 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold from the waist. Inhale, halfway, look ahead. Hands to the mat, step or hop. Waving into plank. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down dog. Looking in between the hands, step or hop forwards. Waving halfway up, inhale. And exhale down. Reaching all the way up, inhale. Hands together and exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway. Hands to the mat, hold the breath. Coming into plank position, exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down dog. in between the hands, step or hop forwards. Waving halfway up, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, reach and stretch. Hands together. Exhale down. Lovely. Come to the middle of your mat, also that you can see, and thumb and first finger come together. Drop the arms down by the side, standing up in your Tadasana, so nice and steady, long, balanced, aligned. Eyes can soften closed. Open the crown to the heavens, to the sky, to the stars, to the moon, to the sun. All of this light beaming down, creating a beautiful bubble of light around you. At the same time with your feet, imagine roots growing deep, 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 all the way down to the core, the heart of the earth, grounding you here. Gently coming back, opening the eyes. I'm just squeezing my wrists out. You might like to do the same. There's quite a lot of pressure that we've just had on them through those downward dogs and other moves. So we're going to make nice loose fists and tap on the chest. And then with the fingertips tapping on the cheekbones, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then with the fingertips back to the area of the chest, looking for any spots that might feel tender and trying to massage them. That's where the toxins are clumped together. Just going to help to disperse them. So it's good to drink a big glass of water at the end to flush any toxins out through the bloodstream. And make sure to do both sides. And then massage from the throat down into the center of the chest, and then underneath the chest, coming inwards around the belly button in a clockwise circles, aid in the digestion. One hand on the opposite shoulder. As long as you're not pregnant, you can dig the fingers in. If you were pregnant and you wanted to do this, you could just do the move, but don't dig the fingers in. Then we swipe across to the opposite hip, so we can opposite hand over to the shoulder and then swipe. Last one. Two hands on the side of the waist, push the fingers, the hands in a little bit. So we've got a bit of pressure. We're going over to the other hip, one time, two times, third time, push out and down the opposite leg. And then we go the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Pushing out and down. Two fists come to the top of the thigh, massaging down the leg, down the thigh. All the way to the ankle and the other leg. When you get down, stay there for a moment, just take a breath. Bend the knees, grip the mat with your toes, and we're going to come up making big figures of 8 all the way around the body, activating the radius circuits here. Breathing the hands together. Exhale, drawing them down to the heart. Inhale, push one hand up, the other down, look up. Exhale to the heart, other side. Other side. Really reach up, really reach down. Last time. And back to center. Lovely. Then we're going to walk. Tapping right hand to right knee, left to left. Breathing out the mouth. Then we switch opposite hand to opposite knee. Back to same hand, same knee. And last time, opposite hand, opposite knee. Lovely. And just breathe. Let's just harmonize the two hemispheres of the brain coming together, unified, so we can think really cohesively. All of the fingers together. Thumbs are going to come at the third eye and push in, and then lift the thumbs up as you breathe in, and drop the thumbs as you breathe out the mouth. Keep going. Lovely. Middle finger of each hand, one in the belly button, one at the third eye. Push them in and then hook up. So you're lifting them both up. You can either hold the breath or breathe normally here. And release. And then hands either side of the ears. I'm going to inhale, cross the arms and fold forwards, and exhale, open the arms, getting lower each time we breathe. So we do 3 breaths here. So begin when you're ready. Breathing out the mouth each time, and then inhale with the hands together up through the center line. Fingertips shimmer down around the body, front, back, sides. And it's like we're placing something really nice into our field. So it might be a feeling of peace and calm, or it might be sparkles and colours, whatever feels nice. And then final piece is an imaginary zip at the base of the spine that we zip all the way over the head to the top lip, and one at the pelvis that we zip all the way up to the bottom lip. Imagine locking the zips together. Cross one arm over the opposite shoulder. Do the same with the other one. Close down the eyes. Nice deep breath. Grounding ourselves in gratitude, centering ourselves in our heart. Let the hands go. Another nice deep breath. Okay, lovely. So we're going to open the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, facing forwards with the toes, hands on the hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, folding forwards. Keeping your hands on the waist for now. Let the head fully drop out, completely loose here. And then you can start to tip your weight into the fronts of the feet and the toes. And then push down through the toes, slowly. Use your core, your inner body to come up. We'll just do this one more time. So the second time we can interlace the hands behind or keep them on the hips, whatever feels better. Draw the hands away, breathe in, look up. Exhale, fold forwards. Again, the weight can come into the fronts of the feet. Last breath here. And then release the hands, bring them to the waist for support as we slowly rise. Okay, lovely. You might want to just have a couple of hip rolls, hip circles, which might feel nice with the feet nice and wide. And then we'll bring them together and we'll come into our balance. So we're going to do volcano pose. So the feet are underneath the hips. Often people think the hips are quite wide and have wide feet. Actually, your hips are the sizes of if you put your two fists together against each other, that's the size of your hips. So if you bring that down in between your feet and bring your feet together to meet the edges of the hands, then that's your hip distance. So we're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet and then the tips of the toes, even if we can. That's the inhale. The exhale, we drop the hips, bend the knees, and we squat down. The arms are going to be down by the sides. So big inhale, pushing up slowly. Eventually, the hands come all the way up onto the tiptoes, ideally. Exhale, drop the heels. Bend the knees, bottoms coming outwards. Making sure the knees aren't over the toes. And then inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more. And then last one. Lovely. So from here, you can either, you might need to open the feet a little bit wider and toes can slightly turn out and come into a squat if that feels good and you have capacity. Bring the hands together, the elbows can open the knees. If you're practicing squat and not quite there, then grab a cushion and place it under your heels. And if you don't want to do it at all, just come and sit down and rest. Okay. So we're going to come into a forward fold. When you're ready, nice and gentle, we're going to do bound angles, so soles of the feet together. If you want a gentler stretch, so perhaps if you were on your moon, if you were menstruating, you'd bring the feet out further, so you're making more of a diamond than a triangle shape. Or if you just want a gentler stretch in itself, then do that. If you want a deeper stretch, draw the heels closer to the groin. Lengthen, stretch up through the crown, breathe in. Exhale, fold forwards. Breathing here into the hips. Lovely. Taking your last breath and gently coming back. As we come to lie down, we're going to have the soles of the feet flat on the floor, the knees bent. Use the arms out in front of us to slowly lower. So we're using the core body. Arms can come down by the sides. And then walk the heels close to the bottom. So we're getting ready for our bridge pose. And then push down through the feet, lifting the bottom, perhaps lifting the spine up too, and breathing here. One more breath. So you gently release, relax, coming back down. Grab the knees there, and we're going to have a massage for the sacrum, the lower back. So moving in any way that feels good, little circles side to side, forwards and back. However, you can find some relief on that lower back that can often cause a bit of pain or have some niggles in it. So really good to look after it and nourish it. So we'll come into a spinal twist, which is also very good for that area. So let the knees flop one way and turn the head the opposite way. Breathing here, the arms might come out in a T position, or they might stay with the elbows bent or on the body somewhere. See if you can have both shoulders grounding into the floor. And take your time. I'm going to go over to the other sides if you need to make any adjustments in between. Okay, so we start to come back and we're going to get ready for Shavasana here. So during these winter months, really invite you to find a blanket to put on so that you can keep the warmth that you've cultivated in your body, in your being, in your body, and allow it to just assist you to integrate all that you've done. So when we're lying in our Shavasana, we want the arms away from the body, palms facing up to the sky, the feet open about the width of the mat, and then turn the ankles open outwards. So we're getting this lovely hip opening as well. And just breathing nice and softly. Nothing to do here. We're just completely letting go. As you lie here, we can just reimagine that light from above pouring in, soothing, healing light. Feeling your bubble, this supportive energy. And the light helping to push down and out through the roots that you grew down earlier, all the way to the heart of the earth. Any heavy energy, any energy that's not serving you anymore. Letting that go now. From the core crystal of the earth, we can breathe in this amazing, nourishing and unconditionally loving vibration energy all the way in and up through the layers of the earth, and in and up through our feet and our root, and in and up and as deeply into the heart space as we can. Allowing this solar and earth, cosmic and earth, magnetic and electric, yin and yang energy to merge together, creating a union of harmony, of peace that ripples and pulsates from the heart all the way out through your denser bodies, through all your bodies, right to the edges of that bubble. Taking a breath here, feeling yourself as whole, as balanced. As you begin to take another deeper breath and wriggle the fingers and the toes. And then rolling over onto one side when you feel ready. Into fetal position, just spending a moment to feel into what you are grateful and thankful for today. And then when you're ready, coming all the way up, supporting yourself until you find yourself in a seated position. When you get here, drawing the palms together at the heart center, reminding yourself of your intention, your wish, your prayer, and we'll send that out with a wave of light, a wave of peace into the interconnected web that brings us all together on our final chant of Om. So let's start with a full breath, breathing all the way in and all the way out, all the way in to chant. Thank you so much. Take this energy into your day by trying to stay as present as possible and move slowly and mindfully, and sending lots of love and blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you.